Affiliation, please.
Hey, Steve. Dieter Kurtenbach, San Jose Mercury News. Now that Steph has gone off, can you admit to feeling nervous at all in the first half there when he was missing a bunch of shots?
Not really. Honestly, we've seen this so many times. You know, with Steph, he all it takes is one, and I thought he was pressing a little bit early, but I was never concerned. This guy's a two-time MVP, and he bounces back from bad games as well as anybody I've ever seen, so it didn't surprise me.
Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. Steve, what do you think helped open the game up in the third quarter?
Excuse me?
What do you think helped open up the game?
Tonight was just all about defense and taking care of the ball. That's it. When we defend like that and we take care of it, then we're not giving anything easy and we're making them earn every point. That's what this is all about. If we can defend at that level and protect the ball, we're generally going to be in good shape.
Steve, Logan Murdoch of the Bay Area News Group right here. There was a stretch in the first quarter where Kevon Looney, he blocked Mbah Mute on one possession and then played great defense on Eric Gordon on the next possession, and it kind of made a free fall on that run. What has he been for you guys in this series, and what has he been for you guys all season?
Well, Loon is a good matchup in this series because of all the ISOs, because of the one-on-one play. You need bigs who can switch out and cover Chris and James. They're so tough to handle, and Loon's really good at that. So he's gotten better and better all season, and we're thrilled with how he's played, thrilled with how Nick Young has played defensively, staying in front. That's what this series is about for us, is how well can we defend without fouling. They make it really hard on you with all their shooting and their one-on-one play. But we've had a lot of guys step up and play good defense, and I thought Loon was great tonight.
Steve, back to me. Curious.
You get two?
Yeah,
there's
I know.
this whole room, and you get two.
They got to raise their hands faster.
Raymond, did you okay that?
I think it's a $2,500 fine.
I'll talk to my editors. You talk so much about force going into this game. What is Andre Iguodala's role when it comes to force? And he looked like he came up a little bit with something tweaked in his leg in the fourth quarter. Is he okay there?
Yeah, I think he's okay. He got banged on the knee. I think it was like a knee-on-knee type thing. He said he'll be all right. But, when we're right, when we're playing how we are supposed to play, Andre's right in the middle of it. It's defense and it's being smart, making good decisions. And Andre is one of the guys who seems to set the tone for that for us. And I thought he did a great job of that tonight.
Hey, Steve. Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press, Democrat. Rockets were taking it right at Steph again from the start. And before his shot was falling, he was driving to the basket pretty well. I know everyone wants to talk about his pretty shot, but on a night like tonight, how important is his toughness?
Well, he's underrated. Steph is underrated for the toughness factor, but you don't become a two-time MVP just by shooting a bunch of threes. He's got unbelievable stamina and physical toughness, mental toughness. For 4 days, everybody's been talking about him, and what he did tonight didn't surprise any of us because that's just who he is. He's got unbelievable character and great talent, and it always rises when it needs to.
Tim Kawakami, Athletics. Steve, looked like maybe you were trying a little different defensive strategy to play the pick and roll early, and you maybe scrapped it after a few possessions. Is that what happened? Were you looking to hedge a little bit more in the pick and roll, and did you just kind of go play it straight up after that?
No, we actually didn't change anything to start the game, but they hurt us a couple of times. They made a couple of nice plays getting the ball into the paint. Capella got a couple lobs. So we took a timeout just to sort of clarify what our defensive strategy was, but we didn't really make a lot of changes. We tweaked a few things here and there, but for the most part, we're playing the same way. They're playing the same way. We just, we played a lot better, obviously, tonight.
Hi, Steve. Janie McCauley from AP. What the way you guys were able to defend and then get out in transition, how did that work exactly? How you guys were hoping to get that game?
Yeah, well,
flowing?
that's always the key for us. When we defend, then we can get out and run. Houston's a very good defensive team, and they have made it tough on us. They're doing a lot of good things, but if we can get stops, we know we can get out in transition and get much better shots. So that's the whole key, is getting stops and not fouling, not reaching, not letting the game stop, and let them get to the foul line and keep things going and keep the pressure on.
Mark Spears, ESPN. Steve, what was the key to Steph's improvement defensively this game, and how quickly do you think, or what did you think he learned from the previous game defensively?
I just think that we were so much better as a team defensively tonight that it may have shown up, that Steph played better, but it was really everybody. And when the whole team plays well defensively, each individual is going to look like he played better too. Steph's been battling this whole series with all these guys coming off and trying to take him off the dribble, and it's a lot of work, but he's standing up really well.
Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. Steve, I mean, obviously 17 rebounds speaks for itself, but what else did you see from Draymond, particularly on the defensive end tonight? Because it looked like he was in the middle of a lot of things.
Oh my gosh, Draymond! There's nobody like him. Honestly, I don't know another player who is like Draymond in this league. His ability to impact the game in so many ways defensively, getting out onto Harden and Paul and switching, and then rebounding and staying in Capella's legs and trying to knock the ball away on the lobs and protect the rim without fouling. Draymond he's just a tremendous defender, and I thought his performance tonight was unreal.
Coach Kerr, Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. The Warriors did it tonight. They eclipsed the Bulls' record at home, 16 straight consecutive wins. Could you comment on a feat like that?
We're in the middle of a hell of a run, obviously, and we got great players who are committed, and they take a lot of pride in protecting our home floor, and so I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of what they've been able to accomplish the last few years, but make no mistake about it, Game 4 will be incredibly difficult. We know what's coming, and so we're not paying attention to any of that stuff. You can ask Raymond for all the stats and all the records and everything else, but we gotta be ready for the force that's coming from them in Game 4.
Art Spander, artspander.com, and other websites. I was going to ask you.
I'm going to artspander.com when I get home. I can't wait.
I was going to ask you about Game 4. Coaches don't like to say this is a must-win or this game is bigger, and yet you certainly don't want to go back there even. Holding a 3-1 lead gives you a great advantage. So how big is Game 4?
It's a huge game. It's kind of the swing game of the series, and we're right where we want to be, but we're not naive enough to think that what happened tonight is an indication of what will happen in a couple of days. So we've got to be prepared and ready for everything they're bringing and see what we can do.
Steve, Dan Leckie, LA Times. You said, I think, earlier this week that Steph Curry and Oracle Arena is such a good combination. Why do you think that is, and what does it do to the rest of the guys on the court when he kind of starts to go and the crowd comes alive the way it does?
I think most teams play better at home. I mean, I think that's documented. But with our team, the way we play and what we rely on with Steph, he seems to feed off the energy of the crowd. And I thought you saw that tonight. Everybody was trying to will him early to making one of those threes. He was missing. And then, once the dam broke in the third quarter, the fans they're just so happy when Steph scores. I mean, there's just this synergy between the fans and Steph, and it's fun to be a part of and fun to experience.